Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of political theory, meaning and approaches, which is in continuation of the previous video. In this video, we will analyze past year question paper, then we will look at topics like behavioralism, post-behavioralism, system theory, decline and resurgence of political theory. So let's first start with the analysis of past year questions. The questions deal with behavioral approach, political theory, Easton's model of system analysis. The fourth deals with the post-behavioral approach. Fifth deals with political theory, decline of political theory. Sixth with the resurgence of political theory. All these topics would be discussed in slides to come. First is the behavioral approach. We need to understand the need of behavioral approach, as traditional approach was too much focusing on the constitutions, institutions and century-old ideas. It has become very static and it has lost its relevance to solve the prevailing problems. There was a need for an approach which will identify and solve the contemporary issues. Charles Merriam therefore identified the lacuna in traditional approach and suggested to focus more on the study of power and operation of power. Behavioralism approach therefore started taking shape. This approach studied the political behavior of human beings. It also attempted to make political science more scientific and value-free. David Easton also contributed in this approach by providing 8 major tenets. They help us to formulate a scientific theory. David Easton suggests to identify discoverable uniformities in political behavior, which can be expressed in statements. These statements should be testable, examined, verified, validated for the purpose of recording the video. The recorded data should have precision. It should also be inquired in a value-free approach. The knowledge obtained by analyzing the behavior should be used to utilize for providing solution to problems of society. The research should be converted to theory and integrate it with social science to form a comprehensive view of human affairs. This was the explanation of 8 tenets of behavioral approach. But behavioral approach, in path of making political science a pure approach, failed to provide answers to prevailing problems like civil rights movements in USA. This resulted in post-behavioral approach. Post-behavioral approach is a blend of traditional approach and behavioral approach. David Easton has given the slogan of relevance and action. Relevance denotes the prevailing problems and action denotes the solution to the problem. Post-behavioral approach is a continuation of behavioral approach. It brings our attention to contemporary issues, while behavioral approach tries to make political science a pure science. Post-behavioral approach tries to make it an applied science. We have a very catchy statement written here. It states, if traditionalism is thesis, behavioralism is antithesis, and post-behavioralism is synthesis. Important work of post-behavioral approach are Macpherson's democracy, Nozick entitlement theory, Amartya Sen's idea of equality. To study all these approaches, political analysis was required, and political analysis can only be done with the help of political system. Therefore, David Easton established a system which can accept input, process it according to the political system, and can provide an output. In David Easton's model, we can provide input from the environment in the form of demand and supply and generate an output in the form of decisions and policies. We also have a feedback mechanism in which we can give feedback to enhance the output. Now the demands are further classified into four types: goods and services, regulation of behavior, participation in political system, and communication and information. Support is also classified into four types: material support, obedience to law, participatory support, paying attention to governmental communication. Output is classified as paying tax, regulation of behavior, distribution of goods and services, and affirmation of values. But while providing input, we have to make sure that legitimate demands enter the system. This work is done by pressure group and political parties. They act as gatekeepers and allow only legitimate demand to enter into the political system. Also, cultural mechanism make sure that right type of demand gets encouraged. But this political analysis model faced some criticism. It was incapable of understanding the structure and function of political power. Also, it failed to analyze the mass political behavior such as voting behavior. This system theory model forms the basis of Gabriel Ullmann's model of structural functional approach we will study in comparative political topic. After the statisticism obtained in traditional approach and unsatisfied results from behavioral approach, there was a debate on declining relevance of political theory. Easton argued that political theory had no relevance, so tried to build behavioral theory, but later understood its lacuna and launched a post-behavioral revolution. Alfred Cockburn also debated that political theory had lost its significance in capitalist as well as communist system. Capitalists follow liberalist democracy, but political theory is silent on democracy. Also, it takes a back seat in communist system. Dante Germino has given two arguments for the decline of political theory: rise of positivism, which led to the craze of science, and the prevalence of political ideologies culminating into Marxism. Although the debate on the decline of political theory was going on, some attempts were made to revive it. Karl Popper, one of the scholars, has recommended to blend certain values with scientific method, which we can see in post-behavioral approach. John Rawls has also adopted empirical method for arriving at his principle of justice. Macpherson has also established his own radical theory of democracy. Political science is now widely treated like any other social or natural science. Political science strengthens our means and political philosophy determines end. As means and end are interdependent, we can conclude that political science and political philosophy play complementary role in our social life. I hope you are now clear with the topics discussed above. See you again. Till then, study hard and also like, share and subscribe to my channel. Bye.